Yeah, no, that'd be fun for sure. All right, so um, as far as guys who could commit, an Auburn target is committing this weekend, John. 11 o'clock Central Time on Sunday. Jehlani Thurman, this massive tight end, like 6'5". I mean, really, really massive frame. He's put out a top 8 list a long time ago. He never really updated it, but he's taken official visits to Auburn, Bama, Michigan State, and Ohio State. What are Auburn's chances with this kid?
Auburn's been in this race for quite some time. We talk about the pipeline states for the Tigers all the time, Georgia, the Atlanta area. I mean, you could make the argument that that's ground zero, that's where the Auburn recruiting footprint truly begins. Mm-hmm. So Thurman is right in that bubble at Langston Hughes High School. He's a longtime target. He's not, one of these late risers. So basically, from the time Harsin and his staff were put in place, he became a target, and that reciprocation only increased thereafter. Like you said, he took the official visit, and we thought this would be kind of a clear SEC battle, but Georgia never really hit the gas because they have 1,000 tight ends anyway. Right. Alabama's been in and out here, so it seemed like, especially early, that Auburn could really break into this recruitment, and then it started getting more national. Ohio State, like you mentioned, Michigan State has gotten involved here. And there's some other schools in that top 8 that are interesting tight end wise, like an Ole Miss, if you will, but he didn't take the official. And then there's really no time left in between now and his verbal commitment. So it would be surprising if it wasn't one of the 4 that you listed. And like I said, not sure where Alabama is with him at this moment. And then the Big Ten, those 2 Big Ten schools are intriguing, but they are what they are. So I think Auburn is in a solid position here. I'm not calling it for the Tigers, but it seems like he's torn. It seems like there are multiple schools that have at least a solid level of confidence. And that usually means that the kid just kind of doesn't know at this point, which is okay. I believe it's his birthday, so he wants to ramp up to that date on the 17th. So understandable. But yeah, I'm not sure if Jehlani knows exactly where he's headed at this point. But look, we know what Brian Harsin wants to do, and I think that's the clear thing. Tight end heavy recruiting. They signed an SI 99 recruit at the position last year with the kid out of Nebraska, Riley Ducker. This is going to be a position of priority pretty much always under Brian Harsin. So I think that is something that's appealing. Thurman is known as a jumbo receiver type, but his frame suggests he can become a more traditional, balanced type of tight end. So I could see where that development could be intriguing at Auburn relative to some of these other programs. I mean, Michigan State, Ohio State, they're not chucking it to the tight end a whole lot these days. Alabama in years past has, like I said, if Georgia was involved, you certainly take a step back collectively because they've become tight end in short order. But those aren't present at this time. So I do think that Auburn's got a legitimate shot to stay in this race until the end. And I think it's a little too early to predict it, but they're going to stay in that mix.
And you mentioned Langston Hughes, his high school teammates with current commit Terrence Love. I mean, how important is that in his decision?
Well, and Love is this hybrid defender, safety, outside linebacker type that I guarantee you they go against each other every day in practice. One of my colleagues was out there in the spring and noted both of them going against each other on a couple of reps and sent me some video. So that resonates. I mean, I think, again, we talk about the Atlanta area with Auburn. Yeah. I think people outside of the SEC footprint don't realize how important that metro is to Tiger success. When Auburn's rolling, it's some of his best players are Atlanta natives. So I do think that resonates with him. The teammate committed is important. They got a young guy at quarterback who's a big target as well for the Tigers. So you could almost build a little bit of a Langston Hughes pipeline to Auburn, and that program has consistently had top-level prospects. So it wouldn't be the worst thing in the world.